Hi everybody, this is Brenda Hillard here from createwithbrenda.com. Just wanting to share with you, I noticed it was 12 weeks before Halloween and I love Halloween. Just the treats, the favor boxes, all that kind of thing. So, and with our new catalog premiering on September 4th, I wanted to share with you each week a little project. Tonight I'm going to be showing you this adorable little box. Sure I am, right here. And it's our pizza box, if you're not familiar with those. And we're going to be making this, and I'll give you all of the measurements. The other thing I want to share with you is that if you do not have a demonstrator, and if you do not have a holiday catalog, please go to createwithbrenda.com, and I have a link there that you can request a catalog, and I would be happy to send one out to you so that you can order these products as well. So let's start with, and the host code. If you do order from me, please use the host code if your order is under $150. And I have special bonuses every month. This month, if you place a $50 merchandise order with me, I will send you the Everything Amazing stamp set, absolutely free. This is the Everything Amazing. It's in our annual catalog. So $50 order in product from me at Create with Brenda using the August host code here, and it's also on my blog. So earns you the free stamp set. Let's start creating. The products we're going to use tonight is, I had told you earlier, the pizza boxes, and those you can find in our annual catalog. They're very easy to assemble. The one thing I want to tell you that I'm doing tonight is there's a shiny side and then there's a dull side, and I want the dull side out because my plan for these is I have a friend who makes the cutest frosted decorated sugar cookies, and that's what I'm going to be putting in my treat boxes. So shiny side on the inside, then the oil from the baked goods doesn't leach out into your project. All right, the paper we're going to be using is from the Monster Bash suite, and this little sampling I have here for you gives you a look at all of the different prints in the designer series pack. 12 sheets, double-sided, so you get 2 sheets of each print, and then the back side is just as awesome as the front. It's kind of a smoky slate. There's like the Ghoul Gazette. This is really pretty. It's a more mustard, or I'm not more mustard. Boy, that shows how old I am or how long I've been in Stampin' Up. It is the crushed curry, little spider webs. This almost looks like from a Clue game. It's got the piano room, the guest quarters, kind of like the map of whodunit. And then there's also the little Ghoul printed paper. So cute, cute stuff. The coordinating colors for this DSP is basic black, crushed curry, pumpkin pie, soft suede, terracotta tile, very vanilla, and whisper white. The accessories for the suite are these cute little Monster Bash enamel shapes. There's several little enamel dots, a couple different varieties of black crows, the skull and crossbones, and then the little tombstones. And we'll be using the blackbird or the crow. The ribbon that coordinates with this is the scalloped edge ribbon, and again, like with all of our ribbons, there's approximately 10 yards on a spool, which is a lot of ribbon, And this project calls for an 18-inch length, but I'll give you all the measurements here in a minute. The stamp set is Spooktacular Bash. It's really cute, lots of good sentiments. Little mummy, a vampire. And while it's Halloween and some people have a really bad feeling about Halloween, but they're cute, like have a spooktacular Halloween, or eat, drink, and be scary. Open if you dare. So glad we're such ghoul friends. So they're not dark or creepy. They're just fun little sentiments. And then the coordinating dies. And you guys, if you haven't used the dies since we started calling them dies instead of framelets and thinlets, they are amazing. They cut super nice. We'll be using this die, and we'll also be using this die, and we'll be using this die. But as you can see, the edges, this lacy frilly edge, it's not like our old thinlets and framelets where you had to sit there and fight to get every one of those little pieces out. This just comes right out very, very easily. So I hope you'll give our new dies a try. So let's get started with our measurements. The first piece you're going to need is a piece of basic black cut at 3 3/8 by 3 3/8 inch square. That's going to be our bottom layer. The next is a piece of pumpkin pie, and you can also use the terracotta tile, the new in color. This is cut at 3 1/4 by 3 1/4, and that is going to layer right on top of our basic black. Just like that. The piece of Monster Bash that I chose to use is the jars or vials, and that is cut at 3 inches by 3 inches. And that again just simply layers right on top of the pumpkin pie. Or like I said, you can use the terracotta tile too. So before we can put that on the box. So that's going to go right on the lid. And remember, I said to keep the shiny side if you're going to put food inside of your pizza box. That just helps the oils from the food. So there's the lid. Using basic black cardstock, you're going to use this die from the Ornate Frames. There's 11 dies in this set, which makes it a great value. So I've already cut that out on our die cutting machine. And I'm just going to adhere that to this bottom right corner on the pizza box. The only stamping that I'm doing on this project, I'm using the black Memento ink, and I'm using the stamp, this Eat, Drink, and Be Scary. So I'm going to ink that up, and I just got ink all over me. Tap, tap, tap. And then an easier way to do this is to stamp it on your paper first and then onto your cardstock. I didn't like that because I didn't get a dark enough imprint with my stamp. So there's always two sides to paper. So I'm going to do the back side, and there, I have a much better impression. And so then for this one, before I adhere it onto our little black lacy piece, I do want to pop that up with our dimensionals. And if you're really new to stamping and you aren't familiar with the dimensionals, they're a two-sided little foam bit that you put on the back side. And now when I put it on here, it just gives a little dimension, a little lift to our project. I'm going to bring in the Monster Bash enamel shape. And using our Pick Me tool, I'm going to use the Black Crow. And I'm just going to prop him right up here in the corner of our box. Oops. Okay, and I got way ahead of myself, and that's because I'm videoing, so I'm going to take this up, and I forgot about our little die piece that we are going to use. And is what this is it's just the back side of this DSP, but using this label die from the set, I cut this out, so I wanted to center that just to make it pop a little bit more on our box. So now I'm gonna, a little bit of snail, put that back down on this bottom right corner. And then there's a smoky slate, or kind of a dark or basic gray dots, and then there's black dots. And I kind of liked the gray, being we had the basic black die. So I grabbed a couple of those and put those on each end of the label. So that's the top part. Now let me show you how I finished off this outside. On this one, I put 7/8 inch by 3.5 inch basic black, and it was like, it's good, but I didn't like how you could see the corners. So on this one, I took a piece of our tear-in tape, which is super sticky, and on this side of the bottom flap of the pizza box, I just put some of that down. And is what I did is took this 18-inch length of the scalloped edge ribbon, and I'm just going to hook that onto the inside, and then I'm going to take another small piece of our tear-in tape, and I'm going to just lay that over the ribbon I just put on there, and I'm going to lift that backing off from there. Okay, so now I can take our box, and I just kind of want to form the bottom. I'm going to bring this around and around again. You kind of see what I've got going on here. And then before I actually close this flap like that, I just want to catch the ribbon in there, okay? And then I'm going to fold the box down. So if I form my whole box now, there we go. Now I can just go around the outer perimeter with our ribbon. And then I don't have to worry about having nothing on the edges. And it also helps just reinforce. Oh, I can't get it up over that edge. There it goes. All right. So helps reinforce the box and keep it solid with our treats inside. I still have one little edge. I can't help but be the perfectionist and get that taken care of there. Okay, so there's project 1 for our 12 weeks, and it's 12 weeks till Halloween. How fast is that? I hope you love my project. I hope you'll go to createwithbrenda.com and check out my blog. And I certainly hope that you will find, if you do not have a demonstrator, that you will order up your holiday catalog. I would be happy to earn your business. Thank you and have a good night.